What up, bros? Bran back with another video, and today I wanted to update my build guide. Now that I am up to 360 skill points, and I have also gotten most of the tripod enhancements that I wanted, and gems as well. So let's just work our way through it. Let's start with the updated skill points, and also my runes as well are updated. So we'll just go top to bottom here, guys. Atomic arrow. We are running bleed on it. Atomic arrow with bleed is amazing because the cooldown on atomic arrow is short, and it actually reapplies bleed. So when your atomic arrow attaches, it does a small amount of damage, proccing the first set of bleed, and then 3 seconds later when it explodes, it will reapply the bleed. So you're getting maximum value out of the atomic arrow with bleed. But of course we run amplified damage and enhanced arrow. We're not taking any tripod enhancements on these two for atomic arrow, but we are going to use it for long fuse. Long fuse, of course, increasing the explosion duration from 2 to 3 seconds, which is good for bleed and good for snipe, because we're not wasting any of our amplified damage duration on the boss while we're charging our snipe. It actually works out perfectly for that. Okay, now we're going to jump into Airwave. And Airwave, I've actually made a change here. You'll see that I'm rocking Hellfire now. Of course, I got that Gale Wind on there. Somehow I don't have the second Epic Gale Wind yet, even though I have over 100 kills of the Tier 5 Guardian raids. But we would be rocking the Epic Gale Wind here. 10 points in it. We got Hellfire with +3 tripod on it, Slow Tide with +3 tripod on it, and Wave Streak with +3 tripod on it. These two tripods alone are insane, guys. Look how much increased damage these two tripods are giving me alone. +72% from Slow Tide and +245% from Wave Streak. It's insane. Now let's talk a little bit about Hellfire. Hellfire, I was not running this originally. I was running Enhanced Arrow. But now that I have more stats, and eventually when I have that card deck for crit, it becomes a little overkill on the crit. You'd be close to 100% crit chance on it, and you don't really need that. You don't really need that. Let's just grab something that's going to increase the damage of the arrow wave itself, because most of the time it's going to crit anyways because we're running such high crit, as always, right? So the way this works is it applies a burn every time you hit it, and if you hit all three, it's going to blow up that burn, inflicting a burst of damage at the end. Now, moving slash, we finally got to 7. This is basically what happened when we got up to 360 points. I think it was like 358. You unlock this, being able to take this to 7 is on top of everything else to 10 that we took. We're of course going to still run that rage on moving slash. We are grabbing a tripod for excellent mobility. Just more distance traveled is always good. But we're not going to grab one for Silver Master. But that is what we grabbed at 7-point mark, Silver Master. Now, Blade Storm, of course, we always take it to 10. We have Wealth on it for now. I have 4 out of the 5 Omnium Stars. I need 1 more Omnium Star, and I will be putting my Legendary Omnium Star onto Blade Storm, and then I would be dropping my Epic Wealth down to Deadly Slash. But let's just work through it. We are going to take tripods for Silver Master, Lightning Blade, and Blade Dance. I just don't have Lightning Blade tripods currently. But that is the setup. Charge Shot, we're going to run Focus because it's one of our most expensive mana costing abilities. We're going to run tripods for every single ability here. We got Quick Prep, Double Shot, and Fast Fire. Now, for those of you wondering about my Velgana solo kill, I did run Legendary Overwhelm on Sharpshooter and Epic Overwhelm on Charge Shot so that I could meet the stagger check for Velgana. So keep that in mind when you are going to progress on that Guardian raid. Moving on to Sharpshooter, we have Vital Point Hit, Weak Point Detection, and Focus Shot, and we are running tripods for all 3 of them. Over to Deadly Slash, we are running Silver Master, Sawtooth Blade, and Double Slash. We could run a tripod for Silver Master if we wanted to, but that's all I would take. I would not run a tripod on Sawtooth or Double Slash. Now down to Snipe. Of course, we're going to run that Quick Prep, Weak Point Detection, and Easy Prey, and we were going to run tripods on all 3 of them. We got Gale Wind on the snipe, and of course that wealth on that deadly slash. Sharpshooter is going to be that blue focus as well. Okay. Now let's move on to engravings. Once I got to 1370, I updated my engravings. I wanted to get a little bit of a power spike, so now I'm running Grudge, Keen Blunt, and DEATHSTRIKE 3. Now it is definitely possible to get stronger than this at this point, at this gear point, but I just cannot afford it at this time. You could definitely get to 4. You could get to 4 level 3 engravings for sure if you have the gold. I would slot in Hitmaster here in the 4th one. You could also do Loyal Companion, but I think Hitmaster would be better. And then for your 5th one, work on Loyal Companion. And to do that, I'm rocking a Keen Blunt Grudge Gem, or sorry, a Stone. I got DEATHSTRIKE 9 and Grudge 9 slotted in, and then just decent accessories. I could only afford some of these. Like, this is my most expensive item, and it's a double perk with only a +2 on the Grudge. This was like 19k, I think, and I bought this first and realized very quickly that I was not going to be able to afford a full set of this type of equipment. This is what you would need, by the way, to get to that 4th level 3 engraving. You would need a full set of this kind of gear, and it's very, very expensive. So the budget version for me is going to be obviously perfect stats and then a +3 of at least one of the engravings I'm looking to run. So that's what I ended up going on all my gear. So you'll see here like Crit, DEATHSTRIKE +3, and then obviously Master Brawler. I don't run that, but it's one of the engravings I run. So that's what I have for the full set. I'll just go ahead and scroll over all of them if you're curious. Okay. Now let's go on to the gems. I believe this is the most optimal setup for gems currently, for at least in my opinion. I've slowly started to work my way into getting my level 5 gems for the longest time. When I was gearing up to, when I was honing all the way up to 1370, I was just selling all my level 5 gems. Now that I've reached that break point, I'm starting to buy back in. I am buying the gems off the auction house, and if I can't just buy them for a decent price straight up as is, as the one that I want, I'm buying the cheapest one and re-rolling it to the gem that I want. So obviously we're going to run snipe damage and cooldown. We're going to run arrow wave damage and cooldown. We're going to run blade storm damage and cooldown. We're going to run charge shot damage, but not charge shot cooldown. We're actually going to drop charge shot cooldown for Silverhawk skill damage. This is going to increase the damage of our last rush, most importantly. It's going to increase the damage of that Wings of Storm too, but more importantly, it's going to be that last rush. I'm seeing upwards of 2 to 3 million damage crits now with my last rush, which is completely insane. And of course, we're going to run the Sharpshooter damage and Sharpshooter cooldown. And then for that last slot, we're going to run Atomic Arrow damage. Now for the card set, I'm still rocking the same card set I've been rocking. It's going to be that Forest of Giants 3 set, which is going to be HP recovery, potions. And we'll meet again 3 set, which is just going to be a little bit of damage reduction from foes that are 50% or lower HP. Obviously, I'm looking forward to getting that Lost Wind Cliff deck as soon as possible. It's gonna be rough. Coming up with the event, they're giving us, I believe, 2 legendary card selection packs. So I'll be able to grab my Carmine. I already have Thyrain pretty close to Trusted, so I basically have this card. So I honestly might grab just 2 Carmines, or maybe a Carmine and an Armin, to get a little bit more awakenings for free on the 1 slot of them, and then work my way from there. It'll be just, I'm really trying to put off running Solus runs. It is not something I'm looking forward to doing, but I may end up having to do it if I want to keep continuing to push my power level. But yeah, guys, I think that about covers it for now. I will update this again in the future once we get to another power level. The next thing that I can think of that's going to be making a massive change is going to be level 55 and above. Level 55 and above, for those who don't know, unlocks being able to take your abilities above level 10. So for example, at level 55, I could take my snipe to a level 11. So we'll see how it goes from there and what's feeling very strong and where I want to take my skill points. The only skill points I'm missing are going to be from the 8 Ignia tokens and the 6th Omnium Star. And I am working on both of them currently, and I have the rest of the skill potions currently in the game. So we'll see where I'm at once I'm level 55. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something. If there's any questions you have for me, go ahead and drop it down in the comments or visit me at my stream over at twitch.tv/BranTVX. I am live almost every day. Alright guys, peace.